We're in the interface for the new bulk publishing AI tool, and I'm going to show you how you can create high quality search and LLM optimized content at scale very easily. This is a bring your own key model, so you'll never be charged for more than what you use. So I'll quickly run through the tabs. Again, it's very simple, very straightforward. In the generator, this is where you're going to paste your topics and your secondary keywords. This is where you're going to select what context you want to inject into the prompt, which I'll show you in a moment. This is where you're going to select the model that you're going to use. There's one of 6 to choose from. Where you're going to select the word count that you want, or set it to deep research, where it uses Perplexity's API to research and create the content based on that research. And then you've got optimized mode, or you can set your own, and then you've got these variables that you can make sure that it's including in the generation. So again, quite straightforward, but still quite a lot of customization that you can do. So in knowledge base, this is where you add context, and we are using models like Gemini where the context window is huge, so you can make the most of that. There's plenty of space. You can add all of your brand information. So in here, for example, I've got target audience, I've got the features of the tool, and I've got words to avoid. Now, words to avoid comes as default. This is my full list of forbidden keywords that are typical AI words that just make me cringe, and hopefully they make you cringe too, because you've read and studied enough AI content to know when you're reading AI, so you're able to spot these things out. So words to avoid, things to avoid, and then telling it not to use M dash, things like that. You can go and update this list if there's anything that I've missed, but for the most part, that's there. It's very much needed, and that comes as default. But you can add any knowledge-based items. You set the title and the content, and then you can always go and edit it and update it. So again, that's what you're going to be able to click to select to inject in any of the content that you're generating. In future, we will have buckets. So if you have different sites or different clients and you want to store the knowledge bases for each of those clients, you'll be able to just have that selected, and you won't have to individually go through and find who you're talking about. So that's the knowledge base, and that's it. That's all you need for generating the content. Again, is a bring your own key model. So you can have your OpenAI, Claude, DeepSeek, Perplexity, which is Perplexity is for the research typically, Grok and Gemini. And we will adjust it eventually to make it so that you can use Grok for research, or any of the models that use the web that you find better quality. Personally, I've found Perplexity to be the best for research, so that's what we've got. Now, providing you've added your API key, when you go to model configuration and you hit discover, it's going to grab the latest model if the API allows that. So some APIs do not allow it. If it does, it will. Gemini is one of those that allow it. So when you hit discover, it pulls all of the latest models. Now, this is where you have the option to set your own prompt. By default, it's set to our system prompt. If you don't want to use that, the quality may dip, but you can go and tweak your prompt. And the user prompt template is just the structure of the post. So we do have tooltips here. So it says the system prompt is the brain of the AI, and the user prompt is the work order. So again, try to make it as straightforward as possible. Now, a bonus feature is the URL indexer. If you have Index Now set up, you can get your key from Bing completely free. You add it to your root domain, and you could submit your URLs in the bulk indexer, or you can use the broadcaster. No API key needed. You paste your URLs. You can do up to 500 URLs per day. You hit broadcast URLs to crawlers. It's going to ping the bots to discover your new pages. So that was an added feature, but I think it goes hand in hand with the bulk creation. Now I'm going to show you how to generate the content. So I'm going to go to Gemini, and by default it's on Gemini Pro. I'm going to put it on Flash for the sake of this video. I've got it set to custom. I want to use the optimized prompt, so that's going to hide that. I'm going to use all of my knowledge base information. I'm just going to do 3, but what it does is once you give it a list, it's going to sequentially generate them, so there's no pressure on your API. And if you want to add additional keywords, we've got this format up here. Just copy this exact format. So we've got the topic, and then we've got a line for keywords. So I'm going to put writing prompts, comma, and prompt writing tips. So let's say those are my keywords for that. We would do the same per line, but we're not going to do it for the other two because I don't have any prepared. We're just going to hit start bulk generation. If you have deep research selected, it's going to say researching first because it's going to be scraping Perplexity, and then it's going to switch to generating, but it still does that one by one. And if ever you need to pause or stop, you can. If you stop it, it's going to completely stop after it's finished generating, and it won't continue in the queue. If you pause it, you can pause it and then resume, and it's going to continue on from where it left off. So that's the first one done. It's gone straight onto the second one. If we click on it here, we can see it in Markdown. We've got the title in H1, we've got the introduction, we've got a TLDR, and then it's gone straight into the content. We've got a table. It's not showing up the way a table would, but trust and believe that it is a table. And when pasted, it will look like a table wherever you paste it. Yeah, so it's pre-formatted, ready to go. And it also has FAQs. So perfect. If you copy it to clipboard now and paste it into WordPress, for example, it's going to show up exactly as it is. So you'd click into the title and you paste, and then it shows up with the H1 and then all of the content already formatted and good to go. And as I said, it will just work through the queue until it's done. So that's it. If you have any questions, drop them below and I will be happy to help.